We place our left arm round the bag, covering the top 4 holes of the chanter, and then start to inflate the instrument. When the drones start to sound, that means there's enough air in the bag to try and bring the drones and the chanter in.
This instrument is the practice chanter, which is used for learning tunes.
The drones, the stocks, the blowpipe and the chanter are traditionally carved from a well-seasoned hardwood. Each of these components is a different shape, but the carving method is similar for all of them. Firstly, the block of wood is drilled through the centre. With the centre hollowed out, the block is smoothed down until it is cylindrical and then cut into the correct shape. The other sections of the pipes are carved in a similar way. Each section is carefully added to the wood. The finer details of the carving are added in the latter stages, before the wood is varnished and the metal polished. The bag of the pipes is traditionally made from animal skin, although there are modern-day synthetic alternatives. Having been inspected, the skin is then cut into the correct size using a template. The skin is folded and the edges are glued and then sewn together to make the bag. To test whether the bag is airtight, it is inflated. Marks for the stalks are made and then cut out. When all the holes have been cut, the stalks are tied in place, ready for the drones, chanter and blowpipe to be added. The drone The reed you see being made here is made from cane, although some modern reeds are made from plastic. Having been cut to the right length, the two parts of the reed are shaved to make them flatter.
Okay, that's right.
When suitably thin, each piece is cut to the correct shape. The two pieces are then shaved again and clipped to the same length. Having dipped the two pieces in water, they are bound together and then fitted over the copper part of the reed, as you can see here. The reed is now bound to the copper tube. This is then finished off by covering the end of the tube with hemp.
Brilliant.
When completed, the drones are tied together by a decorative cord, which is usually 6 or 7 inches between each. Each of the drones is tested by blowing into the reed. A cover is placed over the bag and the stalks are pulled through. The drones are then carefully fitted in place, making sure not to damage the reeds. Having correctly assembled the pipes, they are ready to be tuned, played and enjoyed.
We have now got to a position where all 5 stalks have been inserted and are fully tight. We can test this by attempting to turn the tenor and each subsequent stalk, and they're all not turning. We are now at the stage where we can insert the bag dressing. We remove the cork in the chanter stalk and insert the seasoning through the chanter stalk only, remembering not to put too much in. We now have a small amount of seasoning in the bag, and we have to start rubbing the bag so we get an even application and it also gets absorbed into the skin. It is also important to have the seasoning around the seam in particular, as this is the most crucial point.
The tenor drone is in 2 parts and is easily dismantled. The bass drone is in 3 parts and comes apart in a similar fashion. The chanter should be removed very carefully in order to not damage the reed. The various components of the pipes can be cleaned using a variety of brushes. A pull-through can also be used for the drones. To re-hemp any of the bagpipe components, we must firstly carefully cut off the old hemp. We now prepare the new hemp by applying a wax to the first part of it to make it adhere to the joint. The hemp should then be wound round the joint in an even manner. When we have sufficient hemp on the joint, we try it in the stock to ensure a tight fit. Only then can we cut the hemp.